I love it. We'll talk about, there are so many cameras in the summer house. I mean, you're used to it at this point. I've seen the first episode. Is there ever anything, and I'm talking about some things, like regarding the miscarriage, like, do you ever have a moment, like, how is that? Like, that's on TV, do you ever say to yourself, like, oh my God, like, I know that's what you signed up for, but do you ever say like, man, I just wish I wasn't sharing this with the whole world? Or is it like, this is what I signed up for?
Specifically in regards to the miscarriage?
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I think it's very obvious that I, even more so than a lot of my peers even, have always been willing to share my life fully with viewers. And, this was one of those situations that it happened. And it's something that happened in my life very, very, very close to when we started filming, to the point where I was still feeling these hormones that were in my body that were still there from a pregnancy, because even though maybe I felt that I mentally was okay, I still had all of these additional pregnancy hormones inside of me that created a lot more emotion than I realized. So no, I don't look back and say, oh, I should not have shared that. I don't think that would be doing, I don't think that would be fair. I've let viewers into every single portion of my life, every single portion. Why would this be any different? And again, like, the way that it happened, happened in a very, very quick way, to where emotionally I was okay sharing that.
Well, you have always let us in, and that's why I think everyone loves you.
Thank you.
On a lighter note, talk to me about Karl. I mean, when I had Kaimanda here, I grilled them on, like, let's just get it over with. I mean,
I actually read bits and pieces of that interview. I was just like laughing.
I'm like, I'm glad you guys are here and I really want to talk to you, but I just need to know about Karl and Lindsay. So, I mean, is Karl the one that got away? I know you guys live in the same building. I know you're friends. I mean, Karl's gone through a lot, right? Like, I think, like, certainly, like, losing a sibling and, like, sobriety, like, it's a different Karl these days, right?
Yeah. It is, but it isn't. Karl, this side of Karl has always been there. And it's a side that I've always seen, which was always a little frustrating, because I saw this amazing side to Karl. I mean, think about it. That's also why we attempted to date a couple of years ago, is because I saw this incredible side to him, but he didn't always get that opportunity to share that side of him with the world, but I was privileged enough to see it. So it's not a completely different side to him. I think it's just like eliminating all the bad parts that brought out the bad, things that we're all, honestly, like, it happens to all of us. And, now you just get to see, like, all good. And it's exciting. And I'm very, very proud and happy for him, because he's put in a lot of work. And it's just the fact that he did it on his own is just incredible.
Is he the one that got away? I mean, if he called you right now and said, Lindsay, listen, I've had done some thinking this weekend, like, let's just make this official. Let's just date. Let's just skip, like, the first date, the second date. I want you to be my girlfriend. What would you say, Lindsay?
I mean, I was going to say, like, you can't be the one that got away if, like, you're still, like, if we're together, like, yeah, are we dating? Yes, we are dating. If that's what you're looking for.
That is exactly what I'm looking for. That's great, right? I mean, this is a good thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great thing. There's nothing better in life than to, like, develop such an incredible foundation of friendship, and then, seemingly and successfully transition that into a new dynamic that includes romance. I mean, that is, like, kind of the ultimate goal when you're looking for a partner. So
Totally.
yes, it's a good thing. And we're both excited and we're both really happy.
As you smile from ear to ear. And how convenient is it that you live in the same building? That's got to be convenient.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that was definitely extremely helpful, especially as we, as a city, have kind of gone in and out of, quarantine and COVID pandemic rules. It's definitely been very, very helpful to live in the same building.
What is the best thing about, Karl as a boyfriend?
Um, I don't know. I mean, he's just like, we very much speak the same language, and we can talk about anything under the sun and the moon. I think that's just like so incredible. We really enjoy each other's company, which is something that we've always really enjoyed, but now we just enjoy much, much more of it. And we have a great time. Like, being able to wake up and crack up laughing is just so fun. Like, sometimes when you wake up, you don't want to be up, but like he makes waking up fun.
Well, yeah, so that's good. Who do you think will be the next of the Summer House people to get married? You and Karl, Danielle. We have Danielle in a serious relationship now, Paige and Craig. Who would you put your money on?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not much of a gambler, even though now it's, apparently legal in New York. I've
Right?
seen a million commercials, but that is a really tough one. I guess I would say Danielle and Robert.
I mean,
Probably I would put it on them to be the next, I guess the next to like get engaged.
that makes sense to me. What about if I said, someone is coming back from the past? Who would you choose to have back from the past Summer House cast? And we can go all the way back to season 1. If you had to choose someone.
Okay. I would say, I mean, listen, there's a couple of people that I've forgotten about, so give me a minute.
I mean, I think some people in the audience have too, but we have Christina Gibson, we have Stephen McGee, we have Jacqueline Everett, the Workus twins, Amrit, Hannah Berner.
Yeah, I would probably say, I would say Everett just because, you know, me, Karl, and Kyle are still very, very close with him. The boys they've always been in that same guy group for a while. Or maybe Amit, just because he didn't really do much. He was just like there and harmless. And then, yeah, or Jacqueline. I'm very close with Jacqueline still. Jacqueline from season 1. She's still one of my very close friends, and we hang out as much as we can. So,
We also
yeah.
have like Jordan, who I forgot to mention. What about who would you least like to have come back out of that group?
Hmm. Who would I least want to come back? Probably the person who didn't come back this summer. I just think there was a lot of unnecessary make-believe drama and subsequent turmoil that we don't really need. This was a much lighter season, and I think that's a big part of it.